All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the season finale of Diggie A2 for season 1, and we're talking about these gentlemen rolling with Kid and Play, right? So, first off, I want to give a shout out to everybody, the entire hip hop community. I know I say it every single week, but I mean that from the bottom of my heart. From all of our followers, supporters, everyone that has reached out to me. This has been what I've shared with my guest today, a hip hop journey even for me. I learned a lot of things about myself. I learned a lot about hip hop, and it's just been a great ride. And I am so excited to close out season 1. So much success and even more success to come in the future. But with that being said, we're gonna shift gears. We got the same 3 cats that were with me last week. We got William the Emperor Boyd, we got Frank K-Dog Ketchum down here, and we're going to be talking about these 2 gentlemen, Kid and Play, Christopher Reed and Christopher Martin, both from New York, one from Queens, one from the Bronx. I'm gonna show some short accolades here real quick. So they went to rival high schools, got together, and decided to form a rap group. I want to say Play was with Herbie Lovebug at the time and his clique. Herbie Lovebug is responsible for Salt and Pepper, who we talked about a couple of weeks back. So that whole clique, that's why Salt and Pepper and Kid and Play were kind of in some of the same videos and things like that because of that connection. The DJ is DJ Wiz, with DJ Wiz in the house on the cutting stills. That's my dude. They are world famous for the Kid and Play kick step, which is their famous dance move, and they got that inspired from a 1920s dance that they had back in the day. They brought it back to life later on. These guys had a Saturday morning cartoon for 1 season, and they made 4 albums: House Party 1, 2, 3, and Class Act. And you guys, they box office $67 million for those 4 movies, you guys, collectively. So to me, that is unheard of from a hip-hop artist in that time or any time. So that is just tremendous stuff they did.
Outside of Will Smith.
Outside of Will Smith, right? Outside of Will Smith, I don't think there's any other box office hip-hop artists besides them. They were the first ones to break ground into motion pictures. But they made a couple albums. One album, Too Hype, released in October of '88, went gold. That album that was a part of House Party, which was called Fun House, released in 1990, also went gold. So Kid and Play do not have a platinum album, but their impact in hip-hop is solidified without question. That is why we're talking about them. That's why we're wrapping up the season with these guys. I'm excited. I grew up on Kid and Play. I'm so excited about this, and I cannot wait to see what Frank's impact statement is for the week. I've been waiting for this all week. He has a bold announcement, you guys, and we're going to get to it here in just a little bit. But gentlemen, thank you once again for going on this journey with me and my team. I can't thank you enough, and I want to get a hold of my glass here, my hen dog that I have every single week, to you two. Cheers to us. Cheers to a successful season 1. And I'm gonna pass the mic over to Frank first. So Frank, what is your favorite memory of Kid and Play?
Man, I love the rolling with Kid and Play video.
Yeah.
But what I really liked, and it came out in House Party 1, was probably the most epic rap battle ever, when Kid and Play went at it. And oh man, I love that. I love it. I like how they incorporated into the movie. House Party 1, I watched it just like, a lot of us did. But man, I got a lot of memories from them. It's just crazy. Like when they came out, toward the end of the 80s, we talk about it all the time, the shit. Gangster rap was starting to come out. And they were just like a fun, just a fun group, man. They kept it positive. They really brought, especially when they started doing the movies, man, I think they were probably the first to bring, black teenagers, seeing it mainstream. And man, I can relate with those guys. And I think, that's where it all started, their impact. But I think as this show goes on tonight, we'll get more into their impact, and we'll let it be known that it wasn't just their music; it was everything that they did to push the culture forward. So
All right, that's what's up, Frank. Great opening statement. Same question, William James. So, what's your favorite Kid and Play memory, man? Everybody loves Kid and Play. I'm a huge fan. So, what's your favorite memory of Kid and Play?
My, it's difficult to say. My favorite memory of them had to do with that song they have last night, and
Yeah,
it was
that's one. That was the first
last
song, the
night
very
changed
first
it
song. Yeah,
all. Last night, yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
really had a ball. So that sample. So it's funny. So I hear that song, and I was asking a friend. I'm like, "Hey, who was that?" He's like, "It's this group Kid and Play." He's like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got this tape." He's like, "They're kind of dope." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I
yeah,
listen and whatever. So you have to understand at that time, I was trying to kind of figure out, who I was. I was a teenager, I was in high school. And so I said, you know what? Screw this, man. I was like, I know a lot of cats got fades. I'm going to grow a high top fade. No joke. No
Mm.
joke. 2 months later, they blow the hell up and freaking Rolling with Kid and Play is like all over everywhere. And everybody's like, I come to like one day I come to school and it's like, oh, that's the unique, nerd right there. You know what I'm saying? It's got the perfectly coiffed high top fade that's
yeah.
almost like the Egyptian crown going from back to front. But it's some people call me stovetop. I'm like, okay, but the next day, oh my
Boy.
God, it's Kid and Play.
Mm. Nah, you
Bruh,
gotta put a picture of that. Hey,
bruh.
you gotta put a
Yeah,
picture of
we
that,
need
bro.
that
I
picture,
gotta
man. We
see
need
that.
that,
Okay,
man. Yeah, no, we need that
first
footage,
of all,
dog.
if they haven't been burned, I'm gonna try to confiscate all of them and burn them. Okay.
Nah, man. Like we gonna find
Listen,
that
my
photo.
high top fade was 12 inches from the crown to the tip. I had to
Wow.
duck inside
Dang.
of my dad's brand new New Yorker to get in it. I am not kidding you,
That's
dude.
crazy. That's crazy,
He said kidding. I'm not joking, dude,
man.
for real.
Yeah, there were talks of kids high top fade. I think the tallest it was 10 inches was the tallest
Yeah.
that it was at its
Yeah.
peak. So I mean
Mine
these
was
guys
at
were,
least 2 inches taller.
yeah, I mean
And
that's
I kept
insane.
a pick and a brush with me.
That's crazy, yo. Yeah, we gotta get some pictures of that, yo. We gotta show
Yeah,
the fans that. We
indeed.
gotta show the fans that.
Indeed.
Yeah,
That's
for real.
crazy. Yeah, my same sentiments is also I grew up on Kid and Play. I saw House Party in the theaters when it came out. Saw House Party 2 in the theaters in the early 90s.
Yep.
Huge fan. Love rolling with Kid and Play. Love the Fun House. My kids' introduction to old school hip hop was Kid and Play. So I mean, like Kid and Play is like the cornerstone of just fun hip hop, good times, good vibes, and it's just really good, feel good music. You know what I mean? Just really good, feel good music. Like Frank mentioned, their battle in House Party is a classic moment in hip hop. Which I remember like watching the movie and I was like, oh damn, okay, Play kind of went at him, but then Kid came back. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But he's like, we
you
KID,
got, you
what
got,
say
yeah,
And
you got,
this
KID
kid spelled
spelled
backwards
backwards
slap
spells
you.
your
yeah,
best. Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
ooh, okay. Okay, that was kind of mean with it though. So they're just a really
Yeah.
fun group, you guys, and
Yeah.
I got great memories, but let's get into more of the discussion about Kid and Play and their impact on hip hop. So I'm gonna pass the mic to Frank on this one. And Frank, I have been itching all week to hear about your bold statements. I'm gonna put you on blast right now in front of the entire fan base that we have. What is your bold statement on top of Kid and Play's impact on hip hop? I gotta hear this, man. I'm all ears, bro.
So on the poll this week, you asked about, they the greatest duos in hip hop or whatever, and I said,
Correct.
probably top 10. But then I was thinking about it, and I know that a lot of people, the vote winners were top 20. I got it. So most people thought, yeah, probably top 20. But I started thinking about it, and let me tell you. So they were the first group to bring in to use like the big hooks in their songs. They brought dance into hip hop.
Yeah,
Uh,
no
some
question.
people say, some of their lyrics were corny, this and that, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'll say. I love Biggie Smalls. I think, man, that guy was so talented, right? And everyone's like, he's one of the greatest of all time. I think when we look at impact on music, Kid and Play, you could probably put them in the top 5. I would even say the top 2 of all time on their impact on hip hop.
Woo!
Biggie Smalls, he had a couple albums. Kid and Play had 3, 4, whatever.
Woo!
But when you look at all the other things, the fashion, and I'll get, I mean, we want to break it down, we'll break it down. But
okay,
the fashion, the of course the music. You talked about it earlier about they were the first rappers to have their own cartoon.
Right, besides MC Hammer.
Rapper.
Right, true. Facts.
I think Hammer came later with the cartoon.
Hammer came later, but yeah, they were the only two that I know of that were hip hop artists that had cartoons, or Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah.
But then Kid and Play had their own comic book, and then you talk about the fashion. You know, when Play came out with IV, PLA, AI, 4Play or whatever. Yeah. He came out with that before Russell Simmons. Came out with his stuff. They inspired Rockaware. When Jay-Z came out with that in the late 90s. And then now you look just the other day, Kanye West came out with Yeezy or whatever his line is. And dude, these guys, but when we talk about impact, you talked about Salt and Pepper. They all worked at Sears together before they all started. Kid and Play, Salt and Pepper, all of them.
True.
Martin Lawrence, he worked at a gas station or something across the street. But Kid worked on Salt and Pepper's, like their album covers, right? He designed them, Play did all their gear, which kept Salt and Pepper, kept them in the mold. He did their jackets for pushing.
The jackets, he did.
Yeah, these guys were making clothing and jackets for Michael Jordan during his heyday, man. You know what?
Yeah, that's all facts. That's all facts. That's all facts.
And then Martin Lawrence, they took Martin Lawrence on tour with him. They took Kid Capri on tour with them. That was the first time that Kid Capri went on tour. Man, they brought him up. They made Martin Lawrence a star. So dude, it just wasn't. No, it wasn't just about the music, man. They brought other people in and made them successful. And then like I say, you talk about the fashion, and now they're in cartoons. Dude, these guys, and let's talk about the high top fade that we hope we see a picture of Boyd. What's going on in the world today in 2020? All these NBA players running around with the little high top fade.
Yeah, dude, it's coming back.
These dudes set some stuff in motion, man. And I'll tell you, their impact overall, not just with the music, but dude, the entire culture with the movies and everything, man, these guys have impacted a lot of different people. And I'm telling you, Run DMC in the 80s, no question, we debated that early on.
Right.
Yeah, they did so much for hip hop. Kid and Play, dude, I don't know. They did so many other things to bring hip hop along as well. So I don't know. I just think, man, maybe top 3 greatest duo of all time. I really think so.
Ooh, that's bold. Yeah. That's a bold statement. You weren't lying about that. I was not expecting you to say that. I was not expecting that. That is pretty bold, but I think you have articulated enough evidence to prove your point. However, I primarily don't agree with you, but I do understand your point. They have done a lot for the culture. They were doing movies when no other rap groups were doing movies.
None.
They make it so bugged, right? So check this out. So when I was going through my studies this week, did you know that House Party was meant for DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince? Did you guys know that? Like,
I was gonna mention.
So how was that going to affect that movie? You know what I mean? Like, I can't even imagine that movie with them two in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't think they could have, because the Fresh Prince was so clean, and he was, I don't think it would have worked. Kid and Play had that.
Imagining Janet Jackson doing My Prerogative instead of Bobby Brown.
Exactly. Like, it's just, I don't see it, but I was like, wow, okay, well, how in the hell was, as squeaky clean as Will Smith was, how was he going to pull off a rated R movie? But Kid and Play did it. They did it clever. It was smart. It was funny. It was hip hop. And Frank, I don't agree, but I can see your point. It's solidified their place in hip hop. How was their impact in hip hop there? Not only in the 80s, but moving beyond as well too. Because these guys are making movies when I don't remember any other hip hop star making movies. During those early late 80s, going into the 90s there.
I'm gonna preface the answer with this. I'm a grown Alpha Sierra man, okay? I don't like cursing, so you get the point.
Check.
The reason I said that is because I don't change my mind often. When I made up my mind, it's made up. Frank has turned me almost 180 degrees. I am not kidding you, dude, and that takes some doing.
Yeah.
In fact, what I'm about to tell you is probably going to lend credence, not only credence to what he said, but it's going to add to the believability of what he said, credibility. Okay. So you have to understand, not only did Kid and Play have a broad impact on hip hop, they brought in the go-go sound. You know what I'm saying? They popularized it because the rolling with Kid and Play, that's a DC sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The go-go sound. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, like who's the guy? There's another guy. He's you know, dun, 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 you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
let me clear my throat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they popularized that long before that guy ever hit the scene. You know what I'm saying? So they put DC on the map. Not only that, you have to understand, Kid and Play in several different movies had Full Force in their video. Okay.
True.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know who Full Force is. But those muscular dudes, that was Full Force.
Yep.
And another ancillary fact, they were connected implicitly with Samantha and a few other artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So not only, you have to understand, you got, when you had like rap acts in the 80s, you had from Kid and Play, you had when you wanted rap acts that you wanted to convince your mom to purchase a hip hop album about, you had your Kid and Play, you had your Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, you had your Salt and Pepper, you had your Queen Latifah, you had your Heavy D. Yeah. They fell into those categories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The same thing, that the same way Heavy D and Jodeci and all those Uptown MCA guys, the same thing they did for the New Jack Swing, Kid and Play kind of did for Go-Go. Their impact is so understated and underappreciated. I remember on that first video, the first podcast we did, when I said a lot of cats owe LL a check. Yep. A lot of cats owe Kid and Play a check, and I'm jumping on the bandwagon with Frank's bold statement. I'm telling you, beforehand, I would have definitely put EP&D's impact above them, but now I'm sitting up here, and now that I've got the entire breadth, I'm like, whoa. Yeah. It sounds sacrilegious for me to say that Kid and Play probably had a larger impact on hip hop than EP&D, and I'm not gonna say it, but it cannot be discounted. Yeah. Okay. You can't be discredited. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna say top two, but I'll say, damn, as far as duos go, they have to be top 5, dude. I can't believe I'm actually saying that, but I mean,
go top 2 with me, baby.
Seriously,
go top 2 with me, baby.
I'm not. I can't do it, Frank. I can't.
He said go top 2 with him. He said go top 2 with him.
I'm trying. I'm trying to reach the ladder, Frank. Hold on, I can't reach the rung.
Oh man, yo, that is so crazy. And to make it even more crazy, Kid and Play's our season finale. So we have had some juggernauts this season. We're talking about LL Cool J, Run DMC, Salt and Pepper. We've had the Beastie Boys. Like, we've had some juggernauts. And out of all of everyone who you showcased, Frank is going to say that Kid and Play is one of the most, if not number 1, number 2 of one of the most influential hip hop groups for the culture. That is bold, and I applaud you for that, my dude. I applaud you for that, for sticking with that. I mean, there's no other way to and you got the facts to back it up. But I want to talk about, lastly though, Kid and Play's demise. Everybody has a demise as they transition into the 90s. Now, I did some digging into this, and I wanted to pass the mic to you for this from Frank first, because Kid and Play had a little altercation with a group from Miami called the 2 Live Crew. So I went back and checked this out, and Frank, I'm gonna let you have the mic on this one first, man. So what is your opinion about Kid and Play's demise in the music world? Well, you know, they kind of kept it. They made, I think, House Party 3 was in '94, so they were a little bit relevant.
And that's when it kind of
fell off. But I want to say musically though, when they had this beef with the 2 Live Crew, I want to say that was the nail in the coffin for their music career. So Frank, let me share your thoughts on this and the demise of their music career, and also a little bit of the beef with 2 Live Crew. So what do we know about this?
Yeah. So Uncle Luke kind of like LL did. Well, you drinking? Hold on, I'll wait till you're done. Kind of like LL did with Kubo D. Hey, when they got to that beef and Luke got him, that really, honestly, that really was, I mean, really the end of their music career.
It was.
But before I say that, let me go back one time.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to get Boyd on board here. So when Martin Lawrence started hosting Def Comedy Jam, the first 8 episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
All his gear, Play designed that.
Yeah.
Right. Seriously, you're right. That's absolutely
That's
right.
Fact.
And then when Kid Capri would always say, here comes Martin.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't Kid Capri. That was Kid from Kid and Play doing that.
Now that I didn't know.
So dude, these dudes, like I'm telling you, man, I was like, how you got your hand in every cookie jar? Like, it's crazy. But so 94.
That I didn't know. Wow, that's crazy.
So that's like 94,
right?
I think 95, whatever.
Yeah.
When they got in that beef, all right, with Luke, that you talk about that put the nail in the coffin. But I think also too, I know at that time, Kid and Play were both going through some. They had personal issues. Like Play was talking about how he would walk around like he's Play, not Christopher.
Right.
And he was having issues with his, with his I don't know if he was married at the time, his girlfriend, wife, or whatever.
Right. And he was married to that lady from Coming to America, the light-skinned lady from Coming to America. He's married to her.
I had her name in my head, and I was gonna. Yeah.
So got 2 Live Crew coming out, and he got that, and then Kid was talking about at the same time. I can't remember what was going on with him. I think he was just like he wasn't feeling the Kid and Play thing anymore, and he said, "I just want to go. I want to go out west." And so I think, man. Dude, you ain't coming at Uncle Luke, man. Like he will end your career, and then going through personal stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's just maybe they just lost their mojo, or just I really think they just lost their love of making music. But I will say, I heard a guy say the other day, he was talking to these 2 dudes. He's like, "Y'all still be hanging out?" And dude's like, "Man, we tighter than Kid and Play." And I was like, "What?" That's like a saying, right? Dude, they got cats out here 30 years later, man. Dude, think about it, man. Think about it. Top 2, bro. Top 2, man.
I'm jumping.
I got the shirt on, man. It's 2020. Yeah. It's 2020. I got the shirt on. So I'm still a fan, dude. I'm still a fan. You know what I mean? But
come on, I'm aged.
Yeah. So like that fine wine you drinking over there. You know what I mean? Cheers, my dude. Cheers.
Killing them, man.
So I think all those things, because not only did I think they even realized, I think they sensed it. So they brought in groups like Immature, TLC.
Yeah. Yes.
Another thing.
That's a good point.
Exactly. And I think they realized, okay, we can't do it alone. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I want to say it was another fact that's going to blow your freaking mind. I think it was, who was it, Kid or Play, I think, that was engaged in the third one. The third House Party movie.
It was Kid. Yeah.
He was engaged in the third House Party movie. Do you want to know what other significant role that actress played? Because she was a model. I'm going to give you 5 seconds.
A model. Iman?
Felicia.
Really?
No.
Wow.
The same actress, no joke.
Wow.
No joke.
She cleans up pretty good.
I don't give a I'm telling you.
Damn, Felicia cleaned up good, man. That's mind blowing. I didn't know that, yo. You think all the stuff I got up here? I did not know that. I didn't connect that together.
Because Frank dropped a nuke. Okay, I had to drop some kind of missile. Damn, you know. What I'm saying?
Yo, Craig, let me borrow your microwave. Let me borrow your microwave. Your VCR.
No, she said, Frank, what? She said, what y'all smoking on?
Yeah.
No, we clowning, man. But
in on this.
Yeah,
But
well,
the
we
thing
up here
is,
clowning, having a good
another
time,
aspect
man.
of their demise.
But no,
Another
that's a
aspect of
great
their
that's a
demise
great
was
point. And I'm
Man,
gonna
I didn't
close
know that.
things out with some things I learned this past week with that beef. So basically, the
yeah,
way that it started was kind of inadvertently. So Kid and Play was in an
Yeah.
interview. They said some things about Luke and didn't like it really wasn't like a big thing. But man, then it made it. So they took the first shot. So Kid and Play made a record. I want to say
yeah,
on not it was the Face the Nation had an album called Face the Nation, so they made
Yeah,
a
the
record
third
on
one. Yeah,
there
yeah, yeah.
going at Luke. So Luke responds back, right? Luke responds back with a song called Spot. Now I won't say the rest of the name of the song, but it's coming at him pretty hard. It's coming at him really hard.
yeah,
So when you go back, so you guys go back and listen to this song called Spot from
Yeah.
Luke. Luke doesn't even rap on the song, right? To go to your point,
nope.
boy, Luke don't even rap.
Yeah.
Luke's like, you know what? I'm gonna sick my boys on you. So he's six on Kid and Play. These cats called JT Money and Bust Down,
Yep.
Yeah.
and these guys they go in,
Woo.
they go in hard. I mean, like it's yeah, it was the end of their rap career. Once that record came
Yeah.
out, like I won't go into the explicitives on this platform, but you guys do your homework, go check it out. Go look up Spot, and the rest of the name of the song is by Luke. It's with JT Money and Bust Down, and these guys go in
Yeah.
Kid and Play like no other. And I don't think their music career recovered, but I think their place in hip hop is solidified, and we pay homage to Kid and Play. Kid and Play is one of my favorite old school hip hop artists, so I'm a huge fan. Been a fan for years, and it's great to close the season out with them in particular. But gentlemen, we gotta wrap things up. We gotta do a season 1 wrap up, man. Like this is insane.
Yeah.
This is crazy how we've gotten this far from a couple of ideas on piece of paper to where this is at. But I'm gonna close things out, and I'm gonna pass the mic to Frank K-Dog first. So Frank, who are your shout outs going to this weekend? Also, who are you going to be shouting out for the season, man? So anything in particular that you saw during the season that you want to spot out or want the fans to go back and take a look at from previous episodes?
Man, I gotta tell you, the season like you said, man, you had some juggernauts, man. Like it was amazing. You set the bar high, starting off with LL, and man, it just kept growing. And I just think I went back and counted. I think you had 11 different guests on the show, and if there's one thing that I'd like to see different going forward, man, we got to get more people involved. Like I thought when like the NWA episode when you had your boys, man, from LA, they grew up during that time, dude. I think that was amazing, man. And
thank you, man. Thank you.
That was perfect. And that's why when you did the 2 Live crew, I was trying to reach out to these guys that are our age that grew up in Miami, and they didn't get on. But I hope next season more guests come on. Like I said, you don't want to hear the little fat Italian from Arizona. You don't want to hear William from Detroit, Hockey Town, on every episode. So if we could just get more people involved, have more say, just get more. Because man, I learned so much from just hearing everybody's different perspective, whether I agreed with it or not.
Yeah.
I always listen with an open mind, and I said, you know what, man, maybe they got a point. And it did. And it made me go back and research things, go back, watch videos, listen to music. So it kind of reintegrated me back, to the old school hip hop. Oh man, I haven't heard that, I haven't heard that song in 10 years. And so it was just awesome, man. So I just think I got no beef with, man, the way you set it up, the way it's evolved. It's been amazing, man. Dude, I just want to, my shout outs go to you, man. Like, you had a vision. A lot of people have a vision. They don't follow through with it, and you're doing that, and you're making an impact on a lot of people's lives. So, dude, that's amazing, man. I'm just happy to be a part of it. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you, my dude. Much love, man. Much love to you and your family, and give a hug to Kelly and the kids for me, man. And I want to get Frankie on the show. I want to get me, you, and Frankie on here just one time, because one of the things that, to your point though, you know, we want to hear from the youth. We want to hear what the youth have to say about certain artists. So I'm definitely going to be, you know, reaching out to some young Thundercats that have some hip hop knowledge and get their perspectives on some things. They don't want to hear from the old cats, from the old school.
My son, he's like, you don't want to hear from him. Like, he ain't
you know, you guys
but,
would think so, but at the same time, we do have a voice, and we are listening.
Absolutely. So, William James. So here is the thing, you guys, about William James Boyd. William James Boyd, and I say his full government name for a reason because that's what we all refer to him as. He has been on 8 episodes of the first season of Diggie A2, to include this one. So that means that this man has been on half of my entire season 1. So I'm going to pay homage to you, sir, for spending time out of your extremely busy schedule. Frank, you were number 2 at 5. So I'm paying homage to both of you guys. But Boyd has been with me on 8 of these episodes, man. A big brother, I could not have done it without you, man. And I'm trying not to get emotional, man. But dude, you are my ace, man. I know when I need somebody to fill in, you do it without hesitation. And Frank, you're the same way, man. I need an extra person. Hey, dog, I got you, man. And that is something that you cannot replace. That is years of friendship and bondship that you cannot replace, man. So Boyd,
I just told the whole world. Dog, I just told the whole world that Kid and Play's the greatest act ever. Like,
I know, right?
I got your back, dog. I got your back. I'm about to get down.
Yeah, you dropped the bomb on him today, Frank. You dropped the bomb on him. I wasn't even expecting that shit, man. And I wasn't even expecting that. That's crazy.
I'm gonna start listening to country music tomorrow, man.
Yeah, we'll see how the views come in, man. We get like 3 views on this. Yeah.
Thunder rolls and the lightning strikes.
I can't deal with y'all right now.
All right, Boyd, who are you shouting out this week, man? And who are your shout outs to for the season, man? For the whole season. Give me a shout outs, man. What's going on? What's on your mind?
I'm gonna start out my shout outs for the entire season. It may not be, I'm shouting out everybody in 203rd PSB.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because 203rd is where the 3 of us met and formed and forged our friendship. When I met Frank, Frank took me under his wing. And Frank, I mean, dude, you are my brother. Robb is my brother, dude.
Yep.
And
you took me under your wing. Yeah.
Indeed. Man, 203rd, look, I'm telling you, 203rd PSB, that's my shout out for the entire season. Who I want to shout out today is my brother Bill. We served 12 years, and he's also served, I think he served 15 years. He was injured before we even deployed to Iraq.
Wow.
And his name is William Charles Schultz. His name is Bill. He's got a company up here, his own construction company called Property Pros. That's who I'm giving my shout out to, because that man, his tireless efforts, his selfless contributions to society have always do. That man exemplifies everything we were taught when we were in the service. I'm not trying to get off topic or get off sentimental, but I had that on my heart today, and today was another situation where he needed my help, and I was right there, because every single time I've needed that man, he was right there. No questions asked, no enmity, nothing. He was like, you need me, that's all that matters. And that's the type of attitude I think we could have more of in this world. And lastly, because I don't want to get too deep, as men, we don't say this enough to each other. Robb, I love you. I love what you've done. I love the tenacity. I love your vision, like Frank talked about earlier. I love you. I love you. I love you. Frank, you're my brother. I love you. No matter what, I don't give 2 sugar honey iced teas, okay? If you guys need me, I'm there. I don't care what the deal is. I love you both.
That's love, bro. I appreciate it, man. That's mad love, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. And my shout outs, man, and just reflecting back on the past 15 weeks, a lot has happened in the past 15 weeks. I mean, socially, emotionally, personally, like with the death of Ahmaud Arbery, you know, with Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, just so many things have happened, and I tried my hardest, you guys, when I started this platform, to try and stay away from social issues, but you can't ignore it. I can't. There was no way for me to ignore it. But we have overcome so much as a people, and then when I say as a people, I mean as Americans. We've overcome so much adversity and heartache and pain, and I was able to go out there and march here in town and be with the people in my community. And when I got back from that march, I was emotional. I had like so many different things I was going through, like I'd never marched before, and just to see everybody of different colors and shades and backgrounds all marching for the same thing. We just want an equal playing field. And when I created this platform on April 15th of 2020, I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, right? I'm just having fun, hanging out with my boys, talking about hip hop, meeting new people, and it's opened me up and opened this platform up to a lot of individuals that may have an opportunity that wouldn't, or have a voice also, that wouldn't have had it had I would not been blessed with this opportunity. And that's my first shout out, just reflecting back from the last 15 weeks. A lot is going on. That's the reason I'm taking a 4-week break, because I need to detox from all this, right? So my second shout out is going to a guy that I had a phone call with today. So I told you I was going to shout you out, dude. My homeboy, Dion Brown. He is a part of DB Entertainment Company, a management company out of Orlando, Florida. So Dion, I had a phone call with you today. I am looking forward to doing continued business with you in the future. He's coming out to Kansas City here in a couple of weeks. So hopefully we can sit down and break bread and see what season 2 looks like. So for you, for Frank, for Will, he owns a management company, so he manages different artists. And I was able to get on the phone with him today, and he is managing artists and doing his thing. He's a really humble guy and an awesome guy, and I got to actually talk to him face to face today. So Dion, my dude, I'm coming for you, man. Come on this show, man. Let's debate it. Let's chop it up. Let's have a good time, man. And, you know, I can't wait to meet you in person. And so that's my shout out. So, and I told him, I said, look, Dion, I'm going to shout you out today. That means you have to watch this show today. You got no choice. So if I get one view from this whole entire video, that one view better be from you for this week. You know what I mean? But I want to also give a shout out to, as Frank mentioned, all of the guests that we've had from the previous season. We've had Jesse and Damien from LA, my homeboys from high school, Kyle and Vita from One Voice Radio here in Kansas City. Vita Loca, you guys, go support her. She is the Kansas City equivalent to Angie Martinez. This woman is going to blow up. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I had Vita at the house here this week. Vita is an awesome personality. You guys can connect with her. She's going to have a show on every Saturday, I think at 5:30 or 6:30. Check her out. She is up and coming, you guys. She was on the Salt and Pepper episode. She's up and coming. AJ P-Dub, my boy AJ, much love to you. Much love to DJ IE. Much love to my brother Matt, who had an awesome show with Houdini, one of my favorite episodes that we had, just me and him bugging out. Much love to my wife Jessica for her perspectives on the female side of things, because she's the queen of Diggie A2. She does so many things behind the scenes that I don't give her enough credit for where this platform is going. And last but not least, thank you to you, Frank. Thank you to William James Boyd for helping me on this journey. And that's all we got for the week, you guys. So thank you to all of you. Next week, we're going to do an honorable mention show on Ice-T. But this show closes out the season. Ice-T has its own honorable mention because he didn't receive enough votes to get into this season, but that's okay. We're still going to honor our homeboy Ice-T, the OG, the original gangster. Next week, we're going to talk about Ice-T. And guys, shout out to hip hop, shout out to all of our fans, and 100. We'll see you guys next week.